Joshua here with another Mortgage Clarity video for you. This is going to be a shorter video. It's just part of the series on taking news headlines and digging more into it to see what the news says. Is it true or is there more to it? So on this video here, we're actually going to take a look at this tagline here. The news says the housing market shows signs of weakness, and the reason they say is because open house showings are down. So is this legitimate? Is the news' contention that because fewer people are walking through homes to view them for sale, a sign that the housing market is starting to struggle? The last video, if you recall, we talked about a housing bubble. So this is kind of the information they would use to substantiate their view that perhaps there is a housing bubble. But they're not really showing the full story here or telling the whole story. So let's take a look here at a good chart. So here's the truth. Housing showings are down. That is true. But why are housing showings down? So if you look at this here since 2001 or 2009, this shows you just the average housing showings throughout time. What you'll notice here is we have a dip where we had very low showings. We had a spike with a lot of showings. And this 19% down is based on this recent high here. So the news isn't actually giving a great picture because they're choosing to show the year-over-year appreciation when we know that we had a much higher than average showing on open homes than we did in the past because we had a much lower related to COVID. So when COVID came out, nobody was going to go out and show homes. Nobody wanted people into their homes, so you weren't able to do showings. And so we saw a drop. But as COVID kind of passed and people got more normalized and felt comfortable going into homes and having people into homes, that pent-up demand came out. We saw a really high spike, and now the market's normalizing as we've gotten to that high spike, and we're back down to 19%. Now, if you look at the average here, you would see that current showings are a little bit lower than average, but again, why is that? So let's take a look at the whole picture. Well, if you watched the last video when we talked about housing bubbles, you'll notice that we talked about how there's only 0.9 million units of home available when we should need to meet current demand more like 2.4 to 2.8 million units of homes. So if you don't have as many homes on the market this year as you did last year we had like about, I think 1.8 million. So when you go from less inventory, obviously that means fewer showings. When you have homes that are actually only on the market for 4 days to a week and a half before they're sold, that's less opportunity for people to actually get the time to go into the home to view it. So yes, it is true. Home showings year over year are down, but this is not a sign of a weak housing market. When you look at the full picture, it's a strong housing market. Inventory levels are down because there's just not as many homes to buy. And those homes that are for sale, they're off the market so fast, there's not much time to get in to see it. So I hope this was helpful. If you like this video, be sure to hit the thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, subscribe for future videos as well, and have a great day.